Taking our hand just on our chest and on our rib cage, an open stance that feels good to you. Inhaling through the nose for 2 counts, and exhaling through the mouth with an S sound for 4 counts. 5 times. Again, inhale for 2, and exhale for 4. Last breath pattern. Excellent. Go ahead and grab that band. Bring those arms out in front of you. Open into a second position, external rotation. Knees right over toes, spine nice and long, abdominals wrapped from the back to come in, and then zip up from the pubic bone all the way to the sternum. So you feel that dynamic alignment. Bring those arms out in front of you, then lift them up to the diagonal. If you have any shoulder issues and lifting your arms overhead doesn't work for you, take them just right out in front. So we'll lift up, we'll pull down, side bend, center, and reach up. Here we go, 10 of those. Exhale, side bend, center, lengthen, 2. Now try the reverse way, direction, opposite direction, alternating every time. Pull on that band, get a little resistance. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. Alternating side to side. Do your best to remember. Bring that band out in front. We move on to our side steps. My left arm is coming out in front and my right arm is at the diagonal. Legs are parallel just underneath your hips. Step out and pull the band, then come back. So it's a slight pull. 10 of these. We step out into a lunge. Side bending, I step into that right foot. Keep the left leg straight. 4. We'll go for 10. 5. Just keep breathing normally. 6, you'll probably feel that heart rate up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other side, transition, bring the right arm in front of you, left arm out to the side, stepping to the outside of your mat, pull out 1, 2, and it's not very far. I'm pulling about 2 to 3 inches and stabilizing with the right shoulder. One more here. Back to center, back to our sumo squats. Arms reach overhead. We pull down, side bend, center, reach up. 2. And alternating, if you can remember and it feels good. We miss you guys. And 6. And 7. And 8. Keep those abdominals in. Last one. And come back up. Go ahead and step in, back to our parallel position. Left arm in front, right arm out to the diagonal. Lunge and pull for 10. Controlling your weight as you roll through the foot. Feel the glutes working, outer hip. 2 more. Transition, bring that right arm in front of you. Left goes to the diagonal. Make sure you're in the center of that mat. And pull as you step. Try to keep your wrists as straight as you can. And kick it at your own tempo. It's about 10. You could do more or less. and bring it in. Lower down. Transition to the next exercise. We'll go ahead and move on to our mat. I'm on the raised platform mat from our private room in our Cadillac. I've slipped it in over the reformer so I'm a little more upright so you can see me. So if you have a ball, fantastic. You can do the series with a ball for a little more challenge. This is gonna go right in that rib cage where that bra line is, or the mid back. Interlace the fingers, hands behind your head. Extend so you have a nice neutral spine. Stay zipped up through the belly. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower. 10 of these here. Keeping the abs nice and flat. And instantly when we have that ball, it gives us a little more instability. You can always do this on the mat. 10 of these here, a couple more. Now, as we curl up, lift your right leg to tabletop, then back to your neutral. Alternating legs, 10. So 1, 1, 2, 2. So we're really challenging, right? That instability. Keep on going. I'm going to show it also without the ball. Arms come down to your side. Let's go right into some bridges. Keeping that spine nice and long. Just lift those hips up off the mat. Feel those hamstrings and glutes engage. Inhale and exhale, take it down. Inhale, prepare, exhale, bring it up. And take it down. Again, keeping the abdominal wall nice, long, and tight. We lift and lower. 10 of these. You can take this as fast or slow as you would like. Excellent. If you want to grab your ball, you can place that back behind the rib cage. 10 more abdominal curls. Exhale as you curl up. If you'd like to take it into a little more intensity, you can have those legs up at tabletop if you're on the mat. Keeping that lower back supported when those legs are at tabletop, keeping the legs strong. This time, as you curl up, you can have the legs down. You'll lift one leg to tabletop. And just going right up the center. So this isn't an oblique twist. It's focusing on unilateral movement and stability of one leg as you curl. Lower down. Back to our bridges. Make sure your heels are in line with your sits bones. Your legs are your parallel. On your next exhale, bridge the hips up and hold. From here, drop your right hip down and lift it up. So again, we're working that unilateral, one-sided hamstring work. So the pelvis tilts and drops and then back to center. Tilts and drops. So as I drop my right hip down, I feel my left hamstring grab like crazy and glute, and then back to center. My abs are still tight and long and engaged, and my arms are pressing down. If you wanted a challenge, you could bring your arms up. Woo! 7, 8, 9, last one. Bring the knees in, taking a little dynamic stretch. Just grab behind the hamstring. One leg goes down, bend and stretch 5 times. So our next series is about balance challenge and unilateral work. So we'll work on one side of the body, the right hemisphere, and then the left. So we'll come to our ballet bar, our wall, or our chair. Bring that leg, one leg up into a passe position or bent knee position. Reach the leg straight back behind you. Bring it back in. Just try a few of those. Make sure you have enough distance from the chair or the wall that you don't hit your head on it. So we lift, we reach, and we lift. So find those two positions. And the second position is a little step back into a baby lunge. If that doesn't feel great for you, you could step back into a straight leg lunge. So you go from passe either into a straight leg lunge or passe into a double bent knee lunge. And then we come back forward and in. So we reach back behind us, pull it back to passe, step back to your squat, and pull it back in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, out, in, squat, and lift. Lunge and lift. Out, in, and lunge, and lift. 10 of these. Up, back, up, lunge. Up, back, up, lunge. Now you can keep your hands on the wall or on your bar the entire time. Up, back, up, squat, and up, back, up, squat, and up. They are a challenge, right? I'm really having to work one side of the body, and we're going to pretend that we're 10, up, back, and up, squat. So now we'll go ahead and change legs, other side. So we lift, passe, reach it back, passe, lunge. Passe, reach it back, passe, lunge. 3, 4, so I feel a lot of my stabilizing hip. 5, my hip extensors, the glutes through the working leg. 6, balance challenge, big time. So my left side is my harder side. Last one. Bring it in. We'll transition to the next exercise. Putting it all together, we start with those sumo squats at the side bending. We pull it down, we lean one direction, the other direction, center, and reach. Now that we know the sequence, we can go a little faster. Keep the tension on the band. Keep breathing. Last one. Reach the arms out in front. Come back to the parallel position. Make sure you have enough room on your mat. Left arm in front, right arm to the diagonal. Step out and pull. So it's just a couple of inches. I'm focusing on the wrist being straight and stability. My rib cage wants to twist. I'm trying to keep my shoulders and my hips and ribs pretty square. It's gonna move a little, but I wanna work on stability. Bending into that right knee, one more. Changing right into the other side. And step out as you pull. I like to exhale as I pull on the band. That feels a little more organic to me. And then lower the band down. We come into our abs series. If you want to use the ball, you can. Place it behind that lower back. Lengthen out Exhale as you curl up for 10. Again, focusing on a long abdominal wall and pulling everything in. That was 10. Now as we curl up, we bring a knee to tabletop. Halfway there, 4. Nearly anyway. Two more. Coming right out of that, remove the ball. Set it to the side. Arms by your hips. Bridge the hips up and let's go right into those hip drops. Drop the hip and reach. Drop the hip and reach. 1, 2. So staying strong through your core. 3, finding that hamstring and glute connection. Feel the weight transfer onto one foot. Push the four corners of the feet into the mat. Big toe, pinky toe, inner heel, outer heel. Maintain that connection through the inner thighs as well. 9, I think. 9, last one. 10 and 10. Then just go ahead and go right into your hip lifts. 10, 9, 8, 7. Again, keeping a tight abdominal wall, reaching energy out through the knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Go ahead and come to your chair, your wall, your ballet bar, whatever you have. Bring the leg up into our passe. We reach it out, in, step back to your lunge, and up. 2, lift, lunge, and up. 3, lift, lunge, and up. Sorry about that. 4, lift, lunge, and up. 5, 6, 7. Keep that core strong. 8. Transition right to that other side. Eyes lifted, chest lifted, leg hip is supported. We lift 1, reach back, passe, and lunge. 2, take these at your own pace. The balance is what's most essential here. 6. I'm using one hand for this side. It feels a little more comfortable. I have a little more support. And 7. Last one. Let's go ahead and go into a cool down. Let's do a little bit of standing rotation, coming back to that wide second position. You can bend the knees and just twist from the ribs from side to side. Imagine those oblique diagonals. Exhale as you twist. Stay lifted in the low belly. Bring those arms in, step the stance hip distance apart. The toes can be slightly out, whatever feels good to your body. Lift those arms up, and we'll take a little extension. Open the chest and lift from the sternum, and come back together. And again, as the arms open, we feel the lightness through the chest. 2 more. I like an inhale Pause the arms open. And one more. Lower those arms down, roll those shoulders back. And you guys are done. Well done, good work. Thank you for joining me. It was my first one here, and I'm sure it'll be easier. The more I teach, the more I'll get into it. We miss you a ton, and I wish I was teaching to you right now. Hope you come back and see us at the studio soon.